I'm Ricky, co-founder of Think in Focus, and we're the behavioural change specialists. We work globally to help people at all levels get out of their own way. You see, as humans, what we're great at is allowing our self-imposed limitations, our assumptions, and our beliefs to unwittingly hold us back. Oh, wow. A long time is probably the simplest way of answering this. But the reality is, I'd say it was probably ever since I was a manager. Oh, no, it could be actually before that. I was in my early career in financial services and in my early 20s, and I had a regional role, which was to liaise between the head office marketing team and the branch network. The role was to bring consistency in the marketing effort across the branch network because lots of branches kind of did their own thing and head office wanted a more consistent approach. But what I found was this would only take me a short time. So I started to coach the branch teams on sales and lead generation, and this got me noticed, and promotion to manager soon followed. And coaching since then has become central to everything that I do. Now, of course, I get to formally coach senior people all across the world, but coaching is instrumental in every intervention that I do, whether it's challenging people's understanding and beliefs in their job, in the world that they live and work in. And that's fundamental for me to their growth. Well, this is easy. Coaching is the most powerful development tool at anyone's disposal. With carefully crafted questions, you can cause people to think, reflect, and challenge themselves to achieve clarity, purpose, and identify more creative solutions than they ever dreamt possible, to get organized and focused and actually deliver their goals. Wow, what a great question. Let me share an experience which I hope will probably bring this to life. So several years ago, I was coaching a CEO of the fastest growing region in the world's largest logistics business. He was responsible for supply chain, and they were hitting their targets with double-digit growth. And if I remember rightly, it was our first session, and the CEO was pleased with his team's performance, as you would be. At least he was, until I asked him, "What do you think the potential for your region is?" He paused and he thought for several seconds before replying, 40%. Now, at this point, I took a deep breath. What I was about to do would either make or break our relationship, and the latter could cost me a client. So I steeled myself and I said, "So you're underperforming then?" I paused, and the silence, well, it went on for what felt like an eternity. But he was thinking, he was processing. And while he was doing that, my chatter kicked in. My inner voice was telling me, "Oh no, you've ballsed this up. You've gone too far." And I got lost in my unhelpful thoughts when all of a sudden his voice brought me back into the present. And he said, "Well, I guess we are. So what are we going to do about it?" And we decided that a workshop would be a good start. And the goal, well, that was to determine where this hidden potential lay, what it was, and how we could unlock it. The session proved to be a huge success, and it was amazing how much potential the team found hidden in plain sight. The team identified a host of self-limiting beliefs, assumptions, unhelpful thoughts, biases, and loads of opportunities that could unlock potential that was way more than the estimated 40% that was on the table. The CEO and I, well, we continued our coaching relationship, and I also supported him and his team to realize their prioritized list of opportunities. So, why do I share this story? Well, for me, it illustrates three things that I believe make a great coach. One, doing the right thing, even when it's difficult. So even when it's difficult, doing the right thing is a core value for us at Think in Focus. And challenging the CEO to look at his region differently was a high risk strategy. Using emotive language like underperforming was deliberate and provocative, but definitely the right thing to do. 2, to call BS when what they're saying is at odds with the reality. I'm always looking for opportunities for personal growth. And in corporate land, we can become very limited by targets which set an anchor in our minds and establish a benchmark for success. And that success attracts rewards in pay and bonuses. But the reality is very different. In this situation, there was considerably more potential on the table. The gulf between the potential that we could go for and the target was just immense. So it was appropriate to challenge the validity of what performing actually meant. The third bit is to use mental models at the right time. In this situation with the CEO and his team, I used one of my favorite models, PO minus I equals PE. And this model provokes different thinking. It means that your performance, the PE, is your potential, PO, minus interference, the I. And it's this simple equation exposes so much noise, baggage, and stuff that weighs you down and gets in your way every single day. And the great thing is when you cause people to stop and think it through, they can't believe how much they've actually normalized. Now that's a question. Well, I would probably say no nonsense, direct, to the point, and very often highly challenging. I'm focused and I help you to be better tomorrow than you are today. My role as a coach is to make you uncomfortable, because only when you're out of your comfort zone can I help you to grow. I also know that the people I coach are busy. They want results quickly, and I do them no favors dancing around handbags, so I get to the point. But I always caveat that with, well, I may be wrong, but this is what I think you're saying. And my intention is always to help them to get to the goals more quickly. Well, firstly, it's always to remember that your role as a coach is to facilitate their thinking, to help them grow. So be brave and challenge them, but stay out of the content. Don't let them off the hook. Do the right thing and call them on excuses and justifications that they're making. They either want it or they don't. They either believe in themselves or they don't. Help them to get the what clear, to get to a strong purpose, and to develop their confidence so they feel able to deliver. And use the tools at your disposal to help them work things through, whether that's goal defining, creative thinking, or critical thinking tools, all of which actually are available on our YouTube channel. But of course, you'll have your own tools that work for you, and use those.